Before we begin, thank you very much to Emil B for joining my Patreon campaign. Always appreciated. Thank you so much for the support. We've made it. It is now May. We've done 3 months, I think, now without a normal intro because you people have been ridiculous, and I love all of you for it. I do miss doing the old intro. So, yeah, but it's probably going to come back soon. Don't worry. I'm sure sometime this month you'll hear the normal intro. How could it possibly go over 4 months, right? Keep an eye out. It'll happen. Just wait. It'll happen. So, news roundup day. And a very rare news roundup from the toy shop because there's people working in my backyard making so much racket I can't turn on a camera or a microphone. So, yeah, we're just going to be talking about the week's worth of Transformer news here. And it's a Monday here, so I'm recording this day of. And I do that for News Roundup because I always hope that one thing shows up on Monday just to make sure it doesn't get lost in the mix. Or people go, oh, well, this big stuff just dropped. And you got to wait a week to talk about it now. This week I did it because there's such a drought of news. I needed something else to come up. But I thought with a new movie coming out, we'd never have a loss for news. But apparently we did, because there's very little this week since we already talked about the trailer and the new announcement. But thankfully, the leakers out of China decided to gift me with a whole pile of things to talk about. We start with what is apparently the Voyager Junkion. Well, at least the new Voyager Junkion that plays into the new, like, weaponizer style play pattern. And from the look of it, looking at the details going on here, well, obviously, this is heavily mistransformed, has no head, and is in prototype colors. So don't expect a Devastator-colored Junkion here. But from the look of it, it looks like we're getting a brand new... It looks like we're getting a brand new garbage truck transformer out of it, which has been a while since we got anything like that. Like this animated Wreck-Gar? Yeah, like there was one that even showed up in the movie and we never got a toy of that. But yeah, it doesn't look bad so far. Now, obviously, this is extremely early first look at it. To get first shot of it as a prototype is actually pretty rare. Normally you have some idea of color, paint, head, but this just kind of proves it exists and it kind of gives us an idea of what we are going to get. Yeah, we're getting a big old garbage truck, I think. So looking forward to this. I really like the Junkion play pattern. So I'm happy that it's getting a Voyager, because I think Voyager scale would have saved the modulators back in Earthrise. I think having only 2 deluxe molds was the mistake when you're trying to build like modular bases as Transformers. So, moving on, we have more headless prototypes. And this one is Siege Megatron, retooled and redecoed with caution stripes, meaning this is the minor Megatron seen in IDW 1.0's flashbacks to his origin stories, which I suppose puts this as an origin Megatron technically, because we don't really have a Cybertronian Megatron from G1 to base things off of. I'm more shocked that it's the Siege mold. My God, that mold's pushing 5 years now. You realize how long it's been since we got a brand new Megatron toy at this point? Like a fresh, legitimately new Megatron in the Generations line. It's been a hot minute. They just keep... This mold will not die. Yeah, we can't really gain anything from it. It's using the same old treads on the back. It's using the same old legs. It's just got new deco and a few new parts, it looks like. I don't know. I love kind of the origin releases. I love going back and showing their pre-Earth modes, but this is going to feel so lame. This feels so lame. We need a new Megatron. Where's my 86 movie Megatron? Like, where's the completely new... Where's a completely new one that doesn't just rely on like a big old backpack of parts and uses its bulk a little bit better? It's got to be out there somewhere. But yeah, we got this on the way too. More leaks. No, this is not like a brilliant engineering job on a Prime Starscream to get it to transform super smooth. This is Transformers Red. Transformers Red somehow is not dead. I have no idea how, but there's a Starscream from Transformers Prime coming out for it to continue your Red Prime collection if you are collecting it. There's the backpack, there's the hands and his missiles, etc. Okay, so I do really like Prime Starscream, but I think it's one of the ones that came off best in toy form. I thought first edition Prime Starscream was a fantastic figure. So Transformers Red of him is not entirely necessary, but it's nice that they're continuing that that trend of Transformers Prime in that series. Man, I have not seen a Transformers Red on a peg in a long time. I don't know who around me would sell it. I don't know what Walmart would take it in at this point. But they're also going to have to take in a Grimlock. So Grimlock now has a Transformers Red. And this is a weird way of seeing it. So the one on the right is just the unpainted prototype. The one on the left is partially painted, but it still has that like big red chest, which looks really odd. And then we move over to this one, and once again, the prototype is unpainted, but the chest looks normal. So now I don't know exactly what they're doing. I don't know what is this obsession with making like a new chest window on Grimlock. I kind of get it. He had one in G1, but it was clear. So you just make it gold and everything's fine. But they've had this weird obsession with just like coloring it lately. I think that kind of spoiled the 86 Grimlock a little bit for me. I don't know. If that's the final one, that's going to look real weird. But, hey, I mean, Grimlock's a good one. Grimlock's a good choice to just make a nice action figure out of. I did hear that some of the more recent Red releases have been better than the previous ones. So maybe these will benefit from improved engineering as well. Takara also leaked something in a super potato quality photo. But we've seen these before, and essentially it's confirming the fact that these 2 packs of Beast Wars premium paint job figures, they are going to continue. Next up is Cheetor and Waspinator. No idea of how they're going to look. But if the timetable for these is any indication, it's going to be very soon before we see an official announcement and get to see exactly the deco that they're going with. I'd love to see that Waspinator in totally like cartoon accurate deco, because like there's a lot of complex colors going on Waspinator. I'd love to see it done properly. So I'm looking forward to that one. I mean, I still haven't even I pre-ordered, but then I canceled because I didn't want to spend that much money on an upgrade. I might pick them back up. I don't know yet. I don't know if I want to spend the money yet. So, we know that Dirge was getting a reissue as part of the Legacy Evolution for all those people who could not find the Secret 2-pack. So, good on Hasbro. This one, we found out, has a difference. So, for some reason, this one, the wings are molded in the brown color, whereas on the original, they are molded black and then painted the brown color. I don't know why the wings weren't molded in brown before. Like, that feels weird. If it wasn't gang molded the rest of the parts, why do you do it now? But it's whatever. The point is, the Dirge is in hand. We are getting it for all the people who missed out, and it's going to be a little bit different for those who want to keep their original and prove that, like, hey, mine is like the minty, like the original. Mine is like the real hard to find one. Not your second place, your runner-up trophy, Dirge. Oh well, I'm being salty for no reason. In-hand shots now of Gamer Edition Bumblebee. We've been getting these bit by bit. I just got my payment. Done paying for a breakdown, so that'll be along the way soon. Waiting for Bumblebee to charge. I'm getting Bumblebee just out of curiosity. I'm hoping the transformation's fun, because this guy is looking problematic. I mean, we've talked about this before. There's a lot of elements on him that just are not game accurate. The legs are not. The the torso sticking out so far is not. I'm going by. I'm holding out hope, man. Oh my god. He looks like he's wearing a shoe around his torso. I can't shake it. It's so weird. Like, they didn't try to collapse that torso and narrow it down at all. Oh, it's weird. Yeah, but I'm hoping the transformation is fun on this one because I still really like the vehicle mode. I think the vehicle mode's super cool as a Cybertronian Bumblebee. He looks like a gaming mouse. Like, if this was a gaming mouse, I would absolutely use this. So, yeah, I'm still not entirely hopeful for it. I'm still not really looking forward to it. I'm mostly getting it as a professional courtesy at this point. We'll find out how it is once more people get it in hand. Maybe it's got something going for it. Maybe. All right, so out of toys for now. So let us talk about posters. So if you want an art print of All Hail Megatron #1, that's actually going to be available very, very soon. This is a really iconic picture, not of Megatron, but of the Joker. It's from The Killing Joke, but using Reflector for it has always been a genius send-up to that comic, because it's one of the most famous comic covers there is. So I always really like this piece of art. So the idea that we can now just have it as just something you can buy and hang on a wall, I think is super cool. I think that's super cool. Don't know if I'm actually gonna get it, but yeah, it's gonna be the thing. You can order it right now, presuming it's not sold out yet. All right, how about other posters to get you hyped up? Let's go for Rise of the Beast, which showed off a whole bunch of new character posters. Scourge. Now that we know Unicron is a thing, they showed off Scourge's poster with Unicron in the background, looking really cool, looking really menacing. I like it. I like it. There's one group photo of Maximals and Autobots alike, unite or fall. Unicron in the top, very reminiscent of the '86 movie poster. Really, really dig that. And then we got the character posters. So we get really good shots for Air Razor, for Arcee, who's still looking really, really cool. Bumblebee, classic look, right? There's one for Cheetor. We got them where we actually see him close up enough to spot the Maximal symbol in his head. Kind of nice. There's one for Primal, naturally. We see the Maximal symbol on him. There's Rhinox. Don't see it on Rhinox, but I'm sure there's one somewhere. And then, yeah, the ever-maligned Wheeljack. I am still of the mindset that Wheeljack's going to be fine as a character. It is very obvious that with suspenders and these giant squared-off glasses, they're definitely going Steve Urkel with his brand of genius. You know, so they're going with a 90s stereotype. I'm of the mindset of, like, I understand people are upset over his look, because in the live action Bumblebee, we saw him looking fairly G1, and and there's other characters like Prime and Arcee who make the jump to the movie for Rise of the Beast, and they still look fairly G1. I'm of the mindset of, you're allowed to change your style. Right? Like, I am wearing the same shirt because it's laundry day, and I didn't have another one to throw on and get out of the house quickly with. So, this is just my fashion for the day, but, like, you would not get upset if I was wearing a black tee or a red tee instead today. And likewise, I'm not going to get upset over how they're depicting Wheeljack if he went down to Earth and said, okay, I'm actually kind of, like, enjoying this style. I'll change it up a little bit. I'll change it up a lot a bit. I'm willing to give it a chance. Let's put it that way. I'm willing to give it a chance. It's really going to depend on how he's depicted, if it really sells it to me or not. That's my thing. We did get a little bit of casting news, too. So, Coleman Domingo is going to be voicing Unicron. And it's cool that Unicron's going to speak, for starters, but also, like, I'm not totally familiar with Coleman Domingo. Truth be told, I'm not familiar with most modern actors. I don't even turn my TV on anymore. And I have very, very rarely go to the movies. But I found a few clips of him. I listened. Like, I don't hear the super deep baritone I would expect out of Unicron. So I'm really wondering what kind of performance he's going to pull out and what kind of effect they're going to put over his voice to sell me on the idea that this voice is Unicron, because like that super deep Orson Welles is what we think of for Unicron's voice, and that's like that really booming baritone. I'm not getting that out of him, but we'll see. He might pull something out of his hat, and I might be completely surprised. I'm willing to try. So remember that Statue World Tour that they're doing to promote the movie? It's in Las Vegas now, and they've added one to the lineup. Now that he's fully revealed, we have a Mirage statue, which looks really, really cool. I still think these statues are pretty cool, that you can just go and get your photos taken with like life-size Transformers. I really wonder what's going to happen to them after the movie. I mean, if this is one of those things that ends up on some weird movie auction, like prop auction thing 10 years from now, it's going to be super odd. But hey, who knows? This might end up with a private collector someday because of it. But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool little promotional thing, because there's photos all over of the place now with these with people taking photos with these. Not a bad idea. All right, let's get back into toys. We're going to talk a few more high-end things now. DLX Arcee from the Bumblebee movie is now fully revealed. 60 points of articulation and a nice 8 inches tall. I still really like this Arcee design. She is looking very sleek, very good. Yep, and yeah, the toy seems like it poses phenomenally. I've still never had the opportunity to mess with one of these, because I really don't want to pay the price for DLX, but they are super cool looking. If I ever get, like, I almost got an MLDX for, like, super low price, but the store oversold them, and I didn't get my order that I thought I was going to, so that super bummed me out. But who knows, I might get my hands on one. If they do the right character and it hits me the right way, I might go for it. It's probably not going to be Arcee. Cool as she looks, it's not like the character that makes me go, oh, I want to spend over $100 on something that doesn't transform. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. Like, this is looking really, really cool. Even if it's not the character that I would pick, it's still looking really, really good. They actually also announced their next MLDX, speaking of that line, and it's going to be Sideswipe. And he's looking really, really good. Very sleek in style. A lot more heavily detailed and anime mecha-esque. Works for me. Really, really do like it. Looking forward to seeing it in color, though, so we can see more of the detail. Robosen is back in the news. So, they've announced and shown off their limited edition Optimus Prime interactive robot from Rise of the Beasts. Now, unlike the famous Robosen, this one is not transformable. This one is just a static robot that responds to commands on your phone. It does look exactly like it does in the movie, so if you just want Optimus Prime standing around and being like 100% interactive on your desk or your shelf, this is the one to go for. This one does look really, really cool. Speaking of the Optimus, it was actually revealed. I'll throw this one in as a bonus. It was revealed by someone on movie staff. I can't remember the name. That the actual face of Optimus Prime without the battle mask in this movie is actually based on Peter Cullen's actual face, which I thought was a really nice thing to do. It's a really nice thing to do for the iconic voice of Optimus Prime. All right. If you want to build your own Transformer that does not transform, mind you, we do have a new Yolopark model announced. This is their Pro Series Megatron. We saw this before in early shots. Now it is fully officially revealed. It's being released via Kickstarter campaign of all things. And we've seen, okay, so it comes with his laser sword from More Than Meets the Eye. Comes with alternate faces and a battle damage chest. Comes with the key to Vector Sigma. Nice one. Comes with his mace, obviously. Oh, the sword from, from the live-action movie. Not even the live-action movie. Man, I got 5 hours of sleep, can you tell? The sword came from the 86 movie. The mace came from More Than Meets the Eye. So did that little gun came from the 86 movie, too, which I always thought was cruel to include the gun that killed Optimus Prime. Yeah, and you can see all the diecast that this thing's going to contain. I'm a little bit concerned with how much is in the upper body, because I really prefer all my diecast being kept low. If you're going to do a diecast, keep it in the low side of the toy so it helps balance the figure. Having it all in that torso and shoulders, that's going to make it imbalanced. That's going to make it very top heavy. Also, you're going to run the risk of the joints wearing out faster on the arms. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this diecast usage. I'm also, I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan of how it looks in general. There's something off about just the overall look of him here. And like, I think it's the head. I think the head looks way too narrow. Or the helmet looks like it's like squeezed onto his face a little bit too far. It's a weird look, and it's not one that really hits me the right way. So, I don't know. Like, this one wouldn't be for me. This one wouldn't be for me. I think something in the proportions is a little bit weird on this one. But, you know, it's another one out there if you want to build a G1 Megatron. And to wrap us up on something weird, walkie-talkies. There are now Rise of the Beast walkie-talkies available. I've tried to zoom it in. It didn't zoom in. Here, let's do it this way. I didn't know walkie-talkies were still a toy. I thought that was like a dollar store toy that you found these days. Like, I didn't realize that, like, like actual walkie-talkie toys in Target or something. I found these at Target. I found them yesterday. It's just a little oddball thing. I do like that one is Maximal branded, the other one is Autobot branded. So, okay, you got one of each. Okay, fine. There is a fallacy going on here. I want to point out to you walkie-talkie fanatics out there, to you walkie-talkie collectors, that the Maximal one, the display screen shows Maximal characters, which if the Maximals were using their communicator to talk to the Autobots, surely their screen would show the Autobots and not themselves. It's a view screen, not a mirror. So, obviously, worst toy of the year, right? But that's going to do it for the news roundup this week. Thankfully, some good stuff came out on Monday to give me content. Thank you. So I hope you're caught up on all your news for the week. And as always, I will be here next Monday talking about it. And hopefully I've got more to work with. That'd be nice. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Guys, I am facing the most powerful enemy any YouTuber can face, the algorithm, and I need your help to defeat him. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Every time you do, we attack that algorithm and we drive it back until it can no longer defeat this channel. Thank you very much.